Buying a home in Ottawa is expensive, but you know what's even more expensive? Being hit with a $10,000 fee one day before you close that you didn't plan for or you didn't have any idea about. I've worked with over 1,000 home buyers right here in Ottawa, and most people don't know all of the costs associated to buying a home. In this video, I'm gonna break down for you every single cost you need to consider when buying a home in Ottawa, so you don't have to scramble last minute to borrow money from your family or forfeit your dream home. If we haven't met, my name is Liam Swords, and I've been selling homes right here in Ottawa since 2002. So there are a lot of costs that go into buying a home, and I've broken this down into 3 categories to make it really easy for you. Number 1, cash required at time of offer. Number 2, the cash to close the deal. And number 3, the cash required on a monthly basis. And be sure to stay to the end of this video where I give you a live example of the exact cost for home buyers that I just helped a few months ago that bought their first home for $800,000. So number 1, time of offer. So the cash required when you put in an offer. The first thing is your deposit. That is anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, and this is required at time of offer. Your home inspection will range anywhere from $250 to $750. If you're buying a rural property, you'll want to inspect the septic and well. This can cost anywhere from $500 to $1,500 depending on the company you hire and how difficult or complex the system is. The second cost that we're going to look at is the closing cost on day of. So when you actually get the keys, what does that look like? Well, you have your total down payment that you need to bring. So that's anywhere from 10 to 20% likely of the purchase price. The bank would come up with the balance. Then you have the mortgage appraisal cost, anywhere from $400 to $650. Then you have lawyer fees. So lawyer fees are broken up into 2 areas. You have fees and disbursements, anywhere from $2,000 to $4,500. And the big one that most people forget is land transfer tax. So land transfer tax is a percentage of purchase price. So it really depends on how much you're buying, but it could be anywhere from $6,500 to $15,000. As I mentioned, at the end of this video, I'm gonna have a live example for you to take a look at what an $800,000 property looks like, where I'll be able to break down for you exactly what the land transfer tax is. And then you have your actual moving costs. So depending on where you're relocating from, if you're in Ottawa, moving in Ottawa, then it's maybe a couple $1,000s. But if you're moving from, say, the West Coast, like Vancouver, or from Newfoundland, or if you're down in the US, it's going to cost significantly more. So calculating in a dollar amount for your actual moving costs will be important. Now, the third area is on a monthly basis. So you've gotten through buying the property, you've gotten through closing on the property, but what is the actual burn rate? What does it cost you per month to float this property? Well, you have your utilities, anywhere from $50 to $250 a month. You have hydro costs, so for electricity, anywhere from $40 to $200 a month. You have water and sewer if you're on city services, so anywhere from $20 to $200 a month. Then you have property taxes. So property taxes are typically 1% of purchase price. So if you're buying, say, a $750,000 property, the property taxes would be 1%, so $7,500. Divide that by 12. You're probably around $650, $700 a month for property taxes. Then you have repairs and upkeep. So I budget anywhere from $100 to $500 a month, just depending on the size of the property and the age. If you're buying a condominium, a lot of the upkeep is looked after in your condo fees. So, maybe $10 to $25 a month that you would be allocating on a monthly basis for small touch-ups or something like that. Now I'm gonna show you what it actually looks like in a real example of a home I sold a few months ago right here in Ottawa. So the home sold for $800,000. The location was in the West End, just off Baseline Road. So the address was 7 Barnes Way. This happened to be a set of clients who were first-time home buyers, and we've been looking for some time. So when we look at the first area, so at the time of offer, the cash required, so the liquid cash was $20,540. So let me break this down for you. So at time of offer, the deposit that these buyers put in was $20,000. The home inspection fee was $540. The second area is the closing date cost. So they had to come up with $176,509. So to break this down for you, they had a total down payment of 20%, so 20% of $800,000. They had $160,000 of down payment that they had to bring. The rest of the money came from the bank. Then they had the mortgage appraisal cost of $637. The lawyer's fees were broken down to the actual lawyer fee, which was $1,250, and then the disbursements was $1,147. So the land transfer tax was $12,000, but because they're first-time home buyers, they benefit from the $4,000 rebate. So the actual land transfer tax was $8,475. As mentioned, it typically would be $12,475. And then on the actual closing date, moving and furniture, they did a flat fee deal with a mover for $5,000. Now we get into the third cost. It's important as a buyer to look at what was their actual monthly burn rate. So on this $800,000 property right here in Ottawa is $4,549. So to unpack that for you, the mortgage payment was $3,503 at a 4.39% interest rate, 5-year fixed mortgage, 25-year amortization. The property taxes are $4,692, so divide that by 12, it was $391 a month. And then utilities were $155, breaking down $55 for heat, $65 for hydro, and water and sewer was $35. Repairs and upkeep, this home was built in the 70s, so these buyers are allocating $500 a month that they're tucking away just for maintenance and upkeep on this property. Well folks, I hope you found this helpful. As you're looking at buying a property, so you know all of the costs allocated to time of offer, closing, and then what your monthly burn is. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and learn about the current market right here in Ottawa. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.